There's been an overwhelming response to the conversation that we're having here on Morning Live, all about life orientation and this so-called new syllabus that has been leaked and what is going to be included when it comes to teaching our children about sex education starting as early as grade 4. Now, the reaction, I can read a couple of the tweets to you just so we can wrap up the conversation here. Murphy saying, problem started when we adapt Western life, intro kids' rights, and we forget about God. And that's a very big problem. This is another one, Dr. Sipesihle saying, the Department of Education shouldn't be expected to consult you on what children should learn, especially because you just termed transgender as Eurocentric and don't want for grade 8 pupils to be made aware of the broad spectrums of sex. Sex ed should indeed be up to date. Tunderman saying, government has no solution with the current situation at school regarding teen pregnancy. The challenge is that all of us have neglected societal problems and responsibilities, and these activities keep kids busy. The curriculum should be rejected and revive moral activities in school, something you've been talking to. And then another one coming from Peniki saying, I'm going to disagree with boycotting life orientation as a subject. It's how the subject is taught to the learners. It's the department's responsibility to adjust it to suit tender minds so it doesn't damage our children further. And then finally, this is quite an important one, Malbongo is saying, we should also remember that South Africa has rural areas where parents feel it's improper to talk to children about sexual issues. I think we should allow this curriculum. If we don't, then untrusted sources through media will educate our children about this issue. So there you go. That's what South Africans are thinking. Let's give this to you now, Johan.
You see, Leanne, it's different opinions.
Yeah.
What the department did wrong, it's a one-size-fits-all approach that they want to force down on the communities. South Africa is a very diverse nation, and from the beginning they should have consulted the different role players, the unions, the governing body federations, parents, educators, principals. Then I don't think we would just sit here having a chat about this topic.
Yeah.
If we can put the one-size approach to the side and hear the different opinions, I see a way forward. And the unions want to work with the Department of Basic Education.
So Johan, just to give you this final say, and then I will come to you as well for a final say, Matakanya, in terms of how you would like to see the curriculum structured, you're not necessarily saying they must get rid of it. What you're saying is they need to consult with the unions, consult with the governing bodies to formulate and structure something that you find more acceptable. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, you see, in the unions, we've got experts in the curriculum. We must consult with the role players in the schools, the teachers that must implement this curriculum. If we can have that people on board, sitting at the table, discussing the content, then we can go ahead. Like I said, we're not against this. It's important to teach the kids about this topic. Like I said, they're very exploited, they're a vulnerable part of society. So we all for this, but let's do it right.
Okay. Matakanya?
Thanks. We are living in an information epoch. And we are saying, as much as our children are exposed to information, it is the role and responsibility of the parents to control what information is appropriate for our children. And we want also to call the department to ensure that whatever they want to do with our children, they must consult with us. We reject this. This has been rejected. We will not accept it, and we are saying remove that and then continue with what you have been continuing.
Even though the department has come forward and they've said that this is a deliberate misrepresentation of facts, this was released yesterday. Has anybody been in contact with the department since you've seen this leak?
Now
have you spoken to them? Have they spoken to you?
Now we have not been in contact. We are meeting them
view.
this month. We have got a forum called National Consultative Forum. We are going to raise it very strongly with them. Yeah, at that forum.
Okay, so this is something we need to keep in mind, that none of you have actually been in direct contact with them since this leak has happened. But the latest information is that they're rebuking it. They're saying that this is over-exaggeration and this is actually not what the syllabus is going to look like. Does it at least make you feel a little bit better?
You see, Leanne, that's the gap in the communication, and this is why we have problems like this. There must be a clear communication between the department and the role players involved.
Yeah. So what they're saying is that life orientation lessons plans were aimed not at sexualizing children, but instead to teach them about self-respect, respect, and for children to identify inappropriate physical interactions. That's what they're saying.
But you know, sexualizing, everything that you teach theoretically, the child would want to practice that. So how are they going to practice it? To practice it, you know? I mean, for instance, like masturbation. Just imagine a school urine break. Everybody in the toilet is masturbating. They want to practice.
Well, I would rather not think about that, if that's okay. But I don't think that's the intention. I somehow do not believe that that's the intention behind all of this. I mean, I think we get back to the fact that there is still sexual activity that's taking place between 9-year-olds in schools. And if we do not teach them at home, it is the responsibility of the school. And that's where I think government are trying. And I have to give them
But why are
credit
they
for
not telling
that.
us as parents? Why are they not telling? Because they must be linked between the school and the parents.
Okay.
So the parents is to support. South African
Yeah.
School Act number 8 of 1990. It says the work of the parents is to support the teacher, is to support the principals.
Indeed.
So how do we support them when we don't know anything? What is it that we are going to support?
Well, guys,
But if they don't want the support from us anymore, it is fine. But we want to see whether they will succeed in the endeavor of educating our children.
Johan Kruger, Director of Operations at the Teachers Union-Suid-Afrikaanse Onderwysers Unie, and Matakanye Matakanya, the General Secretary of the National Association of School Governing Bodies, for discussing sex education and the life orientation curriculum. I do hope that the Department of Education will accept an invitation to come and talk to us tomorrow. We need their views. We need to get some clarity on this issue. As you can see, it seems that there's a lot of information that's been lost in translation.